So we kind of wanted to get the talk going. Please don't make it as informal as me waffling on right now. But basically, you're all filmmakers in your own right. Everyone's on a different path in the journey, I'd imagine. But what would you say to our audience were the key parts of like a recipe for filmmaking? What is it that you put down in your notepad before you start that says, right, this is how I make a film? Should we start with Paul?
Yeah.
And then everyone can jump in if need be, or agree or disagree.
All the ones that I've done before have always been based on a single idea, like a test or something that was a quirk that was kind of built on. Like we did the War Inside as a prime example, because that was meant to be like a 2-minute test to have a war scene where all the soldiers were the same soldier, all of them, and then that turned out to be pants. So, but it then that laid the sort of the path ahead for like a more narrative sort of storyline, and that's where that came from. But in terms of an ingredients, I'm a bit. I don't know. I'm a bit chaotic when it comes to film.
Is there anything that you know that you definitely need to have in a film? Do you need a script, for example? Do you think that's what you need to make a film?
No, because I've made a film without a script before. I think you need a ridiculous amount of determination. I think that's the main thing that you need. You just need to be able to just say, I don't care what else is going on, this is what I'm doing, and come hell or high water, I'll get it done. I think that's the main thing that you need. Of course, you need, a script to make a good film, I think. But to make a film, you need an idea.
Cool. Is there anyone that disagrees in the sense that you'd start somewhere else? Like personally, I know we've discussed this, I start with a costume. I think that's what I would like to look like at the end of this film. I'll base a story around that one costume because I know I can get it. And I think as well, my ideology is that I base my filmmaking kind of creation on what I know I can get. I know I can get that location. I know I can get those people. Right, I'll work from there.
Costume,
and almost like work backwards, really. Right, I've got the location. What can I do in that location?
That's interesting you said that, actually, because it is normally the opposite way. You sort of get your costumes last, you get your locations pretty much last. Mm-hmm. Well, you don't actually, do you?
I don't know, that's to do with like low budget filmmaking as well, because from my point of view, I don't have a lot of time, so I need to know what I can get right now. Whereas I'm sure with you guys, especially like Steve, you're building on your crowdfunding for your story. So where did Powerless start? So when you had that idea, obviously, you obviously had that idea, but was there anything else that you go, right, this is what I need to start filmmaking, this is what I need to make my film?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of the two for me. It was, the original thing came from like a single panel in a comic book, which was, it was just this one image of Superman talking to a girl on a ledge, and that was where pretty much everything came from. But then at the same time it was like, well, I'm not using Superman, I can't use any kind of thing like that, so I need to create a character, and the design of the character, the look of the character was what kind of birthed the story as well out of that. If it had been a kind of like a typical Superman character, like, muscles and skin tight suit, it would have been a particular character, whereas I've gone with someone a bit darker, and I think that shaped the story in a
So you came up with the whole concept based on an image and just a spark and an idea.
Pretty much. Yeah. Okay. But I needed to know what the guy looked like as well. Mm-hmm. That was because, I started this in uni, and my tutors had really mixed ideas about who the kind of hero of the story was, and like where it was coming from, basically. So What about you, Jamie? Where did I Am Tim
or even Chester's
spawn from?
/book club come
from? I like most indie filmmakers, I kind of wear all the hats at the moment. But for me, like a kind of idyllic scenario would be that I was a writer, and I love the idea of like, as romantic as it sounds, like log cabin somewhere far north. Single light bulb, me and a big dog and a bottle of scotch, and then my film goes away, someone else deals with all the chaos. But then I know that's bullshit. I'd hate it. No, I'd want to be on set, getting my hands dirty, and getting stuck in. For me, I do a lot more writing than actual filmmaking. Like, I think for every